Welcome to round 14, Oddities. For some reason last week I said round 19, I don't know, I was probably in a bit of a rush. Anyway, we are in round 14, coming into round 15, and these first two plays are defensive plays. That's something quite unusual, almost a bit of an oddity itself. As you can see, Setterfield stops an almost goal, and Holmes is very fast. He won the sprint on the grand final day 2-3 years ago, whenever it was, and yeah, he's very fast. Will Setterfield just did not give up. So that was an awesome play by him. Now as the next clip runs on, I want to try and remind you that I'm trying to get to 20,000 subscribers by grand final day. At this rate, we're not going to hit it, so if you are new to the channel and you like these videos, be sure to subscribe, leave a like, helps the algorithm push it out to more people. So you've probably seen this one on Facebook, YouTube or TikTok already, but you can see Worrell just doesn't give up the chase. The Shepherd was pretty weak by Wizard's teammate there, and he just doesn't give up. Worrell just chases Wizard down and lays a very nice tackle. That one there for me is the defensive play of the week. I thought Nick Larkey has every right to be yelling at the umpire here, just saying, how is that not holding the ball? You can see this is an absolute howler. Banfield has no attempt at the ball, no attempt to dispose of the ball, and basically just drops it. This should have been holding the ball and an easy goal to Larkey. I think the umpire said the reasoning was he didn't see you coming or something like that as well, is what a lot of people are saying online, which is very strange because isn't that what a chase down tackle is? This centre square bounce by the umpire was that bad that it's actually bounced not outside the circle and eventually bounces outside the centre square. Like the commentators say, I don't think I've actually ever seen that before. I think this is a short but very good example of what they mean by the orange tsunami, how they just have that mentality of getting the ball long. As you can see, the handball from Callahan goes to O'Halloran, who then just absolutely launches the ball, bounces in front of Hogan. He's able to kick the ball out of mid-air for a goal. This was a really cool goal. Contender for goal of the year. We won't win it, but it is a pretty good goal. How's this for a double oddity in a single play? Well, I guess it's really only one oddity then. Anyway, you can see that Saad actually deflects the handball not once, but twice. This steal from Dawson was pretty clean, and unfortunately he wasn't able to kick the goal, but it's definitely a contender for point of the week. Mark Keane has the ball and he just dummies the kick, tricks Gunston into thinking he's going to use his right foot, and then just have a look at him when he kicks with his left. You can tell he's totally uncomfortable trying to kick with that left foot. Definitely looks uncoordinated, but it works. And then later in the clip, Cumming is clearly being held, but he's able to take the one-handed mark anyway. Humphries from the Cats wasn't able to mark the ball. It just slipped out of his hands. He sped it before he's earned it, as they say. And then Kako is able to take the ball, and then Guelphy kicks the ball down it towards goal, and it's actually not a bad kick. It goes fairly close to going through for a goal. You can see Tom Stewart gets the ball and he just looks back at the goal umpire, to David Roden, like, wait, that was over, right? And David Roden's just looking at him like, nah mate, play on. Eventually plays on, takes a few kicks, almost goes down all the way the other end of the oval before they call it back and say, oh, why don't we just do a score review? So in that situation, what happens with the disposals of the people that happened in between that? Do they just get wiped, or does anyone know how that works? The Cats boys can probably have a laugh about this purely because they're up by so many at this point in the game. But you can see Ollie Dempsey takes a nice contested mark and for some reason decides to play on instead of either getting the handball over or going back taking the set shot. He could have run straight into the goal square even and gone through and kicked probably one of the easiest goals he ever will. And he's taken the shot from here and somehow shanked it, just completely missed. At the start of the game, it didn't look like this one was going to be that good just because of the rain and the skill level. In the end, this game was actually a pretty good watch. Yet again, the Dockers and the Kangaroos put on a good effort, and it almost ended again in a draw or another controversial decision right at the goal line or the boundary line, like it was last year, I think it was. Something like this is so hard to defend because the players are able to get the boot to ball so quick. Watch Richards get the ball to his foot so quick. As the ball goes over the boundary line, I feel like McGovern probably should have given away a free kick here, or the umpire should have paid a free kick rather, as he just throws his defender down into the ground after the ball's gone out. wasn't in the play. It's probably a free. And then he just gets completely blindsided and pushed down. The umpire doesn't see it because it's just over his shoulder, but he sees McGovern down on the ground and then pays a free kick. Do you reckon this was enough to be paid a free kick to McGovern? He does have a habit of flopping, but this one probably had enough effort to be a free kick for McGovern, but free should have been against him in the first instance, I think. Who knows what Fogarty is thinking in this situation? It's not a marking contest, so you can't just hit it straight out of bounds like this. And as the ball was bounced, the ball's still in play. He's trying to kill it, but you have to disguise it way better than that. This is a very easy call for the umpire. And yeah, just have no idea what's going through his head at that point. Bailey Fritsch had enough of the game, and he's hopped the fence to go look for a meat pie. How's the power in the kick here from someone like Voss? As you see, he gets the ball and he's looking for options. He's looking whether to handball it, to kick it, to try and set up a shot at goal. Ultimately, there's nothing really leading towards him, so he just takes a couple little hop steps and then kicks it from 50 and absolutely smokes it. You must have a pretty powerful leg if you can basically kick that off one step. How's this for a spoil? Imagine if he marked it, like the commentator said, that could have been mark of the year. Instead, he's gone the spoil. He could have clearly got 2 hands for this, but not a bad spoil, but yeah, we'd rather the mark. This trend of kicking around the body when you're in front of goal, Higgins is probably one that does it all the time. It's just really strange. You can see he's 30 metres out, straight in front, and for some reason he decides to kick across the body like a snap. And this is a regulation drop punt, 30 metres. This is a goal every day of the week. He kicks across the body and he just completely shanks it. I have no idea what he's doing here. But then again, in this clip, this is a drop punt straight out in front of goal, 30 metres out, a key forward in Thilthorpe. He's standing right there, straight in front of goal. He doesn't need to kick it that hard, and for some reason, you can see it in his hips when he kicks it. He twists to that left, and it's gone through for a behind. This should have been an absolute gimme. As Christian Petrarca gets the ball, I'm sure he wasn't going to pass this. He was probably taking a shot at goal. Sparrow's able to take the mark, and he goes back, tries to snap across the body from that angle, which for me is allowable, but he's just totally miskicked this. He's hit it way too short to try and get the ball to curve, but he's given it no chance to be able to do it. It's just gone straight through for a behind. And this is the last one of the episode. Thank you so much for watching so far. And yeah, if you're new here and you like this sort of videos, please do leave a like and be sure to subscribe. See if we can get to that 20,000. It's probably not going to happen at this point, but keep giving it a shot. So in this one here, you can see that Harry Sheasel is absolutely livid. He feels like he got the handball away here, and it definitely looks like he makes some sort of contact. But the umpire has paid this holding the ball as a throw. I feel like that's another pretty bad call there by the umpire. Anyway, that's it for this week. Hopefully see you very soon next week. Thanks for watching.